Is Zulrah the best moneymaker right now for a more average player? I think so. Can you get out the way? Bro! You see, the eternal question about Zulrah's viability as a moneymaker is that it's completely tied to the price of the Zulrah scale. And that baby is popping off right now. Look at this graph. Look at him over there, covered in scales. Disgusting. With high scale prices comes high unique prices because they get broken down into scales, and that combined with the two key factors I'm going to mention right now makes Zulrah a bit of a money printer. There's two things that show me that Zulrah is where you need to spend your downtime in 2025. The first is that the regular drops are just very good. 100k kills are very common, and with low kill times combined with fast healing and re-gearing, it really is a place to boost your bank account if you've got nothing on for a few hours. The second is that the uniques, which are sky high right now, are super common. 1 in 128. So if you can get 30 to 40 kills in an hour, you'll be seeing an item every 4 hours, and that'll be 5 or 6 mil. This means you aren't necessarily relying on RNG, which a lot of the top moneymakers right now are heavily dependent on. I am looking at you, Fasani and Nix. Now, there is an elephant in the room when someone brings up Zulrah as a moneymaker. What about Vorkath? Why? Yes, the two have always and forever been good moneymakers, and at times, one has trumped the other. On the wiki right now, it actually puts them at just 50k per hour difference, with Vorkath in the lead. But the difference is, unlike Vorkath, killing Zulrah doesn't make me want to jump off a roof. Let's dive in and see why Zulrah is your new go-to money printer. It's important to note, I'm not making this video as a guide. I did a 4-1 guide because I believe there wasn't a comprehensive one on YouTube that explained the fight, blah, blah, blah. In that case, I felt like I could provide a lot of value, but there are a bunch of Zulrah guides out there that do such a better job than I would do. My job for now is to entertain you, like consider me a personal little court jester, or if you hate me, like a massive clown. Ooh. Now let's get that bread, baby. That's like the slang for money these days, right? On a really good Zulrah trip where I didn't get hit very often and I killed him relatively quickly, I'd just be bringing a prayer pot, my heart, a range pot, a house TP for my pool, and a fairy ring back to Zulrah. I found that I'd hit 1 mil GP on that trip, and that's more profit than revenue outside of charge costs. I was super unlucky with drops overall as well. I didn't get anything from Zulrah until my first drop, which you saw in the last video at like 795 KC, which that's just wild. I'm pretty certain it's because the gear is so good, but because everything's so fast, I'm just not mentally struggling with long trips. There's no fatigue or anything, and just seeing number go up on that loot tab is such a positive experience. I think if you did have worse gear, it'd be a lot harder to camp every day for hours at a time, but I think it's understandable not to expect to reach like 1 bill in your loot tab from this guy. I think if you're looking for bow for money, seeing that loot tab hit 25 mil after a couple of days of doing it would feel so good. I've always thought I should try to bulk these videos out by having like a mid-video goal. Like my first few videos were like 7 or 8 minutes long, and all the other content creators get like 30 straight minutes or something. But the only other thing I've been doing right now is just playing Digimon World for the PS1, so I guess I'm a Digimon World YouTuber now. I'm just joking. Let's leave the pixelated creatures behind and get back to the also pixelated creatures, I guess. Damn. While I could be showing you an epic running scale total, I am too much of a clown for that. Stick around for the final loot tab reveal. You'll see the scales pile up like my bad decisions in not recording my loot tab. Okay, guys, I get it. You want a Zulrah guide, a quick and simple one that teaches you everything you need to know. Well, I will do it. You've bullied me into it. Step 1, go to the plugin helper and download the Zulrah helper. Step 2, look at the Zulrah helper. You are now a master Zulrah farmer. I'm not even kidding. Let the plugin do the work. So I like recorded audio about like how to use the Zulrah plugin, but I thought why not just show you? So I'm not gonna do a kill. I'm just gonna sit here for like almost a full rotation and just show you that like you just click it, you look at the Zulrah plugin, it tells you where you need to go next, and you just it's simple and easy. So now I know I need to pray mage. it's the blue segment, I need to stand here. Next it'll be the green one, so I need to stand here. So I'm just going to sit here. I would be attacking Zulrah if I was doing the kill properly. And then when this section is over, I just need to click that tile. I know it's green, so I pray in range. And then when this section, I know it's blue next, so I'll be staying where I am and praying mage. And I know he's going to spawn here, and he spawns here. And it's like, you see how there's no guesswork. I know where I need to be, I know what I need to pray, and I am now a master Zulrah farmer. It's as simple as that. Now you can just kind of focus on praying correctly and hitting the boss. The more kills you do, the more you'll know where you need to be, and the less you'll need the plugin. We call this the Circle of Life. Or whatever, the Circle of Zulrah, if that doesn't catch on. Also, don't forget to bring recoils, they're essential. In summary, use the plugin. Use recoils. Also like and subscribe, thank you. MGZ aka GuyNapple's top tips for becoming mega rich in old school RuneScape as fast as possible. Brackets, you won't believe it, brackets not clickbait. One thing I think regular players really struggle with when they're trying to breach into that endgame specifically is that this game is a long form grind. This is a lesson that you learn when you're like new and learning to skill. And people just do seem to forget that when they're transitioning into proper PVM. If you want to build wealth and save for bigger items, you can consider it like going for a 99. It takes 6.5 million XP to get to level 92 and double that to get to 99. So trying to chip away here and there without any consistency in grinding is fine if that's what you want to do. But to solidly build wealth and save for mega weapons or whatever, it just takes grinding, it takes time and effort. I think any old school player just does enjoy this grind, even if there ends up being a bit of a Stockholm syndrome going on. So my advice is to succumb, let Sweden take over and become Zulrah's hostage, love Zulrah, marry Zulrah, skin Zulrah for the scales. What? I think I lost my train of thought for a bit there. But yeah, if you want to see the number go up, get some gear upgrades, get better at PVM, you'll need to hit big numbers on boss kills. I thought I'd add my boss log here, but be careful, there may be some spoilers for future videos. As Confucius once said, in a skill, you gain experience points. And in a boss fight, you'll gain experience. They're both called experience for the same reason. So wise, such sage. This is MGZ from the future here, and if I was any good at YouTube, I'd have storyboarded out this whole video and realised this is a wonderful time for an updated loot tab. Even more importantly, I'd have done a running scale total because again, that's the vast majority of the money from Zulrah. However, I am not a good YouTuber, so I don't have that for you. But again, stick to the end of the video because I will do a full loot tab and raw cash made at the end. We've had a lot of jokes, we've had a lot of ideas. But honestly, it's time to kill that snake, man. Let's go. Oh my god! What? No fucking way! I know! Oh my god! The Zulrah grind is dead! You'll get that if you like Harry Potter, I hope. And that's just not cringe. Okay, fair enough. Oh my god, I can finally stop. I mean, I'm not even on rate for the pet. I was not expecting this. So yeah, another pet I got lucky on. Total KC of 2,100-ish. With the drop rate being 4k, I cannot complain. Pet number 7 in the bank. But now what you've all been waiting for, this elusive final scale total. And also money, don't forget that. Well, it is time. I've been using the scales as I get them, so in my bank it's not a fully fledged out this many scales, but luckily RuneLite has a beautiful little loot tracker. In total, I slayed Zulrah 1,854 times, with a total of 400,000 scales dropped, and that itself made me 100 mil. With 304 mil total, that means the scales made up a third of the cash I generated. The uniques themselves brought in 78 mil, meaning regular drops accounted for 125 mil. I probably spent 3 weeks straight here, so not too bad in terms of numbers. Obviously this is all revenue, I spent plenty of money on supplies, and more importantly Zulrah teleports because I was trying to be efficient. But it's important to know, and say it with me, you gotta spend money to make money. And also, my goal was the pet drop, so increasing the kills per hour was my aim. You can use the fairy ring if you don't want to spend 15k per kill on teleports, that's totally fine. I hypothesized at the start of the video that Zulrah was indeed the go-to moneymaker of 2025, and I think these numbers prove it. If you're looking for your first bofa, if you're looking for any other gear upgrade, you want to build up your cash stack, if you're clogging, if you're pet hunting, if you're seeking wealth in any way, go do Zulrah. And now back to my true love, Digimon World.